Hi there, this is Susie Sandrin with a very brief walkthrough of the fuel economy website that's hosted by the EPA. And this website allows you to compare the fuel economies of different cars side by side and also their emissions. So just to show you, you'll start at this website. This is what should be linked to your lab. From here, you will select the different specifications for the vehicles you want to compare. And it's very important that you always select the same specifications that are noted in the module, because if you don't, then you're going to get different information. So a Toyota Camry, depending on the model, might have slightly different fuel economies depending on which make, model options that you select. Okay, so we're going to start with 2018, because as I'm recording this, not all of the 2019 data has been loaded. And from here, we're going to compare a couple of different cars. So we'll compare the Toyota Highlander, which is an SUV, and the Ford Mustang, just because it's fun. Okay, so, and it has some interesting information I'd like to show you. So the Highlander, we'll compare the hybrid four-wheel drive with the all-wheel drive, so you can see how they vary. So you can see right here, four-wheel drive is different from all-wheel drive. So we'll compare this one, and we'll say the 6-cylinder, 3.5 liter, not with the stop-start. Okay, so here, we're just gonna go on these drop-down menus. So 2018 Toyota Highlander, and we'll compare that with the four-wheel drive. And that one, there's only one option, so it just automatically selects that and puts it up there. And I like this because these are similar size engines, so it's a good comparison. So here we're going to go into Ford. We'll look at a Ford Mustang. So let's compare a Ford Mustang, kind of general Mustang. We'll do, and let's do manual. So you can pick automatic transmission or manual, and we're going to pick the turbo. Okay, and then we'll select the other Ford Mustang. We're going to select the Ford Mustang Performance Package, and again we'll select the manual, since we selected the manual there, to compare the turbo. Okay, so we can compare these cars. I don't think it's a fair comparison to compare the Mustang to the Highlander right now. You'll see they're slightly different. So here we can see, if you compare the Highlander all-wheel drive with the Highlander hybrid four-wheel drive, the hybrid gets slightly better gas mileage. So this number here that you see on the screen, it says 22 combined city highway, so that's the combined gas mileage if you're going back and forth between highway and city streets, and that's what we ask you for in the lab. All cars are also given a city rating and a highway rating separately, so 19 miles per gallon in the city, 26 miles per gallon on the highway for that regular Highlander. But when we talk about the hybrid, even though it's a four-wheel drive, it still gets slightly better gas mileage at 28 combined city and highway. It's interesting to me to note that the city is higher on a hybrid because whenever you brake, that charges the battery in the hybrid. And so the city's higher at 29 mpgs, and you only get 27 on the highway. So it's very similar to the highway mpgs for the regular Highlander. Okay, so if we go over to the Ford Mustang, the combined city highway MPGs on the regular Ford Mustang manual 6-speed turbo are 25. Then once you add that performance package on, we see that the gas mileage goes down to 23 combined city highway. Okay, so that tells us a lot. There's a ton of information on this site. We're not going to ask you to go through all of it for the lab. Basically, you just need to look up the combined city highway gas mileage for the different vehicles. And then I want you to, after you've looked at those and noted those on your worksheet, go over to energy and environment. Um, and from here you can see then the emissions for the different cars. So this tells you how much gasoline a car will consume annually. And then down here it tells you your greenhouse gas emissions. So you can leave it set at grams per mile and tailpipe CO2. And then you can see the different amount of grams per mile of the various cars. So in this lineup of cars, the regular Toyota Highlander emits the most tailpipe CO2, the most carbon dioxide coming out of the tailpipe, whereas the hybrid Toyota Highlander is emitting the least amount at 313 grams per mile of CO2. Okay, so this just, like I said, there's a lot more you can look up. You can look up safety information on the different vehicles, different specifications of the vehicles. So have fun with it if you're interested in cars, but all we really need to know for the lab is the combined city highway miles per gallon and the grams per mile. That's of tailpipe CO2 that's emitted by the vehicles. Okay, thank you.